two men have been arrested under the Official Secrets Act, police have confirmed, amid claims a parliamentary researcher was spying for China. The Sunday Times reported one of the men, in his 20s, was a researcher with links to several Tory MPs. He and another man in his 30s were arrested in March, the Met confirmed. On Sunday morning, No 10 said Rishi Sunak had expressed significant concerns about Chinese interference to a senior official from China. A No 10 spokesperson said, "The Prime Minister met Premier Li Qiang and conveyed his significant concerns about Chinese interference in the UK's parliamentary democracy. President Xi Jinping is not attending the summit." The arrested man is alleged to have had links to Security Minister Tom Tugendhat and Foreign Affairs Committee Chairwoman Alicia Kearns, among others. Several other government sources declined to comment on security matters. The Metropolitan Police said, a man in his 30s was arrested at an address in Oxfordshire and a man in his 20s was arrested at an address in Edinburgh. Searches were also carried out at both the residential properties, as well as at a third address in East London. Both men were taken to a South London police station, and were subsequently released on police bail until a date in early October, it said. The Met's Counter-Terrorism Command, which oversees espionage-related offences, is investigating. It is reported the researcher, who worked on international policy, had access to Mr. Tugendhat before he became Security Minister in September last year. Mr. Tugendhat is said to have had only limited contact with the man, and no dealings with him as a minister. The man has not been named, but the Sunday Times said he had lived in China for a period. Conservative MP Alicia Kearns said she was aware of the paper's report but declined to comment, adding, "While I recognize the public interest, we all have a duty to ensure any work of the authorities is not jeopardized." Reacting to the arrests, Conservative MP Ian Duncan Smith said it was time for us to recognize the deepening threat that the CCP, Chinese Communist Party, under President Xi now pose. He also questioned the UK's approach to China, adding, "What price was cleverly kowtow visit to Beijing?" Tory MP Tim Lawton said, "This is yet further evidence of how far the tentacles of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, reach into British institutions. Yet again the security of Parliament has potentially been compromised, reinforcing how we cannot view the CCP as anything other than a hostile foreign threat." Parliament's Intelligence and Security Committee issued a long-awaited report in July, warning that the government had been slow to come to terms with the security risks from Beijing. It appears that China has a high level of intent to interfere with the UK government, targeting officials and bodies at a range of levels to influence UK political thinking and decision-making relevant to China, the report said. It noted the challenges in prosecuting cases linked to espionage given that it was, at that time, not a criminal offence to be an agent of a foreign intelligence service. MI5 and the wider intelligence community have long complained that the old Official Secrets Act was inadequate in dealing with hostile state activity. The US and Australia both have been able to use a wider range of powers. National security legislation to provide new powers to investigate espionage and other security threats did come into effect this summer in the UK, but this was after the arrest of the two men which took place under the old Official Secrets Act.